Hello students, this video is about addition of vectors, or we also call it as composition of vectors. As we know that vectors are the quantities having both magnitude as well as direction, so we can't add them by using ordinary rules of algebra. Like normal laws of algebra are not valid for vector addition, so these vectors have to be added geometrically, and for this purpose we have different laws of vector addition. By vector addition or by composition of vectors, we actually mean that we are going to find the resultant of two or more than two vectors such that that single resultant vector produce the same effect as as that individual vectors together would produce. Okay, and this process of adding the two vectors to get that result, it is called composition or addition of vectors. So by addition of vectors I mean that we are trying to get a single vector that produce same effect as the individual vectors would produce together. दोनों मिलकर जितना इफेक्ट प्रोड्यूस करते हैं उतना एक सिंगल वेक्टर प्रोड्यूस करे, देन दैट सिंगल वेक्टर, this single vector is called resultant vector, and by addition or composition of vectors we are trying to find that resultant vector for these individual vectors. Now to add vectors we have three laws of vector addition. First is triangle law of vector addition. Second is parallelogram law of vector addition, and the third one is polygon law of vector addition. Now this polygon law is actually a modified version of triangle law. When we have a number of vector and we are applying triangle law for that, then it is called a polygon law. It's something like that. So basically we have to study these two laws. Means first is triangle law and the second is parallelogram law that we have to study for addition of vectors. So let's start with the first one. First law is triangle law of vector addition. So the triangle law of vector addition states that if we have two vectors, vector A and vector B, okay, we have two vectors A vector and B vector, and we want to add these two vectors by using triangle law of vector addition. So we take these two vectors and represent them as the two sides of a triangle taken in the same order. Now same order means where the first vector end, second start from the same point. So this is the same order. So this is A vector and this one is B vector. If we represent two vectors as the two sides of a triangle taken in same order, then the resultant of these two vectors is represented by the third side of the triangle taken in opposite order. ये ध्यान रखना है that it should be taken in opposite order. This is resultant vector which represent A vector plus B vector, and it is taken in opposite order. Opposite order means अगर same order होता तब हम ऐसे लेते 2A then B and then resultant, but we have taken it from this point, this initial point, like this. So this is the opposite order. Instead of the same cycle यहाँ पर हमने साइकिल चेंज कर दिया, सो ये अपोजिट ऑर्डर हो गया. सो फ्रॉम ट्राइंगल ऑफ वेक्टर एडिशन वी मीन्स दैट इफ टू वेक्टर्स can be represented by the two sides of a triangle taken in same order. As we are dealing with directions whenever we talk about vector, so this order thing has to be clear in our mind कि हमें कब क्या order consider करना है. Two sides of a triangle taken in same order, then their resultant is represented completely by the third side taken in opposite order. This third side has to be in opposite order to define the resultant vector completely in magnitude as well as in direction. And according to this triangle, if we name it as O, P and Q, then we get OP vector plus PQ vector is equal to OQ vector. That means A vector plus B vector is equal to R vector. This is the resultant of vector A and vector B using triangular law of vector addition. Now we are moving to the analytical treatment of this law. So for analytical treatment, again we consider two vectors, vector A and vector B, represented by the directions by these two sides of a triangle OPQ in both magnitude and direction, and the resultant is R vector that is taken from O to Q, means OQ vector is their resultant vector. The two sides OP and PQ are taken in same order while OQ is taken in opposite order. So now for the resultant, for completely define the R vector, we have to find two things. First is the magnitude of R vector and second is the direction of the resultant R vector. So for this, first of all, for magnitude, first we are talking about the magnitude of resultant, means R vector. For this we are going to draw a perpendicular from point Q to OP after producing it. So हम OP को produce करके Q से OP पर एक perpendicular draw कर रहे हैं and we name it as QN. QN is the perpendicular drawn on OP produced to N. So what we did, we draw a perpendicular QN, this perpendicular QN to OP produced. Okay, ये हमने किया. And the angle between these two vectors, we are this angle between the two vectors, the angle that the two vectors A vector and B vector make is theta. This angle is theta. Okay, and the direction at which the resultant inclined with A vector is beta. This we are assuming. So we will find beta also in the second part. First we are talking about the magnitude. Now from the triangle, from this right angle triangle OQN, we have sine theta is equal to, now sine theta is perpendicular upon hypotenuse, so this is QN upon hypotenuse is QP, okay, or PQ, taken in the order PQ. So sine theta is equal to QN upon PQ, or we can write that QN is equal to, which is the unknown side, so QN is equal to PQ sine theta. That means it is B sine theta. So we find that perpendicular is B sine theta. Now from the same triangle, cos theta is equal to base upon hypotenuse, that means PN upon PQ, which implies PN is equal to PQ cos theta, or we can write it as B cos theta. That means this side PN is B cos theta. So now we know the perpendicular and the base of this triangle, Now we have to apply Pythagoras theorem to find the magnitude of this resultant r. Now in this triangle OQN, in this complete triangle OQN, we are going to apply Pythagoras theorem. So by Pythagoras theorem, it is OQ square is equal to QN square plus ON square, and we can write ON as OP plus PN. OP plus PN, we are only talking about the magnitude here because our target is to find the magnitude of resultant. So OQ square is actually R square, this resultant ka square. QN square is B square sine square theta, means B sine theta ka whole square, plus this ON is A plus B cos theta ka square. On solving this, we get R square is equal to B square sine square theta, plus this we can expand by using the formula of A plus B ka whole square. So it is A square plus B square cos square theta, means B cos theta ka whole square, plus 2AB cos theta. Now A square as it is, B square sine square theta plus B square cos square theta gives us B square, and within the bracket it is sine square theta plus cos square theta plus 2AB cos theta, which implies R square is equal to A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. This is the value for R square. Sine square theta plus cos square theta is 1 as per the trigonometric relations. So the final answer for the magnitude of resultant is R is equal to under root A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. Okay, so we have R is equal to under root A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta, where theta is the angle between the two vectors A and B. This is for the magnitude of R. Now we are moving to the direction of this resultant. So for direction of it, we have to find beta, means beta shows the direction that this at which this resultant is inclined with A vector. So for this we will find tan beta using the triangle OQN. So tan beta using this triangle is perpendicular upon base, that means B sine theta upon A plus B cos theta. So in the triangle OQN, this is perpendicular, this whole ON is base, so tan beta is equal to B sine theta upon A plus B cos theta, and by taking its inverse we can find the value of beta. So for direction it is tan beta is equal to Qn upon On. Qn is R, or Qn is perpendicular, and On is base of the triangle, and we are talking about the triangle OQN. So this is Qn is equal to B sine theta, and On is actually equal to OP plus Pn, that means A plus B cos theta. So this is the value for tan beta. We can write it as like this, or we can also write it in the form of inverse, that means tan inverse of B sine theta upon A plus B cos theta, where beta gives the direction of the resultant. So this is the triangular law of vector addition. Now we are moving to the parallelogram law of vector addition. For parallelogram law of vector addition, we have two vectors, A vector and B vector, and we want to add these vectors using this parallelogram law. So for this we have to represent these two vectors by the adjacent sides of a parallelogram such that these vectors have common initial point. Means if this is A vector, then B vector must be shown with this side. Okay, this is B vector, this is the common point O. So if the two vectors that have to be added are represented in magnitude as well as direction by the two adjacent sides of a parallelogram drawn from a common point, this is important, the sides must be drawn from a common point, then their resultant is represented by the diagonal of the parallelogram passing through the same point. Now ये भी बोला जा सकता था कि अगर हम यहाँ side लेंगे that will also be adjacent, but then they don't have common initial point. So we have to keep in mind that the vectors should have common initial point, and the resultant is then represented by the diagonal of the parallelogram that is formed by these two vectors, and that diagonal which is passing from this point only. If we form a parallelogram here, then for diagonal we have two possibilities. One is from O and one is from this point. Okay, if we name it as O, P, Q and S, then there are two possible diagonals, that is OS and PQ. So the diagonal which give us the required resultant is OS vector. Okay, this is R vector is equal to A vector plus B vector. So the law states that if two vectors can be represented by two adjacent sides of a parallelogram drawn from a common point, this we have to remember, drawn from a common point, then their resultant is represented by, now resultant is completely represented both in magnitude and direction, is represented by the diagonal of the parallelogram passing through the same point, means that common point. Here in the diagram we are talking about the point O. So this is the statement for the law. Now again we are moving to the analytical treatment for this law, but the answers are same for this also. In this case, in the case of parallelogram law of addition, the resultant vector OS vector will be equal to OP vector plus OQ vector, and the final answer we get will be R vector is equal to A vector plus B vector. Now for completely defining this, we need the magnitude of R and we need the direction of R. So for this we are moving to the analytical treatment of parallelogram law of vector addition. So for analytical treatment of parallelogram law of vector addition, I take two vectors, vector A and vector B, along OP and OQ. So OP vector is the A vector and OQ vector is B vector. Then according to the law of parallelogram law of vector addition, the diagonal of the parallelogram OPSQ, that is OS, represents the resultant vector, means R vector is equal to A vector plus B vector is equal to OS vector. Now we want to find the magnitude of this resultant and direction of this resultant. So the angle that A vector makes with B, or the angle between A vector and B vector, is theta, and the angle that resultant makes with A vector, let it be angle beta. So now we want to find the magnitude of R and beta. For that we produce OP and draw a perpendicular from point S over it. This is a perpendicular drawn from point S to OP produced, and this angle will be same as that of theta. According to the laws of properties of parallelogram, this angle that is made by, that is SPN, let it be N, then angle SPN is equal to angle QOP, that is theta. So now from this triangle SPN, we have angle SPN is equal to theta. So sine theta is equal to, now sine theta is equal to perpendicular upon hypotenuse, so it is Sn upon Ps. Okay, So perpendicular upon hypotenuse means Sn upon Ps. That implies Sn is equal to Ps sine theta, or we can write it as Ps is the magnitude of B sine theta. So the side Sn is B sine theta. Now for Pn, for this we are going to find cos theta. Cos theta is equal to base upon hypotenuse. That means Pn upon Ps, which implies Pn is equal to Ps cos theta, and it is Ps is equal to B. So B cos theta. So the side Pn, this side is B cos theta. Now ON is A plus B cos theta in triangle OSN. In this complete triangle OSN, hypotenuse is R, one side is A plus B cos theta and the other side perpendicular is B sin theta. So we are going to use Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem in triangle OSN having right angle at point N. At point N it is right angle. So we are going to use Pythagoras theorem, and it is OS square is equal to ON square plus SN square. On substituting the values we get R square is equal to ON is A plus B cos theta ka whole square plus SN square means this is B sin theta ka whole square. On solving we get R square is equal to A square plus B square cos square theta plus 2AB cos theta plus B square sin square theta. If you combine these two terms we get B square. Sin square theta plus cos square theta gets 1. So R square is equal to A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. That implies R is equal to under root A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta, and this is same that we get from triangular law of vector addition. So now moving to the direction of resultant, means direction of R vector. So direction of R vector is defined by the angle beta, means this much is the angle that R vector makes with A vector. So by using tan beta or by using the angle beta we can define its direction. So we are going to find tan beta for this. According to this triangle OSN, tan beta is perpendicular upon base, means B sin theta upon A plus B cos theta, or Sn upon ON. So from the diagram, tan beta is equal to Sn upon ON. That means tan beta is equal to B sin theta upon A plus B cos theta, and we also can find beta by taking inverse, that is tan inverse B sin theta upon A plus B cos theta. So this was the analytical treatment of parallelogram law of vector addition. This is how we can find the resultant and magnitude of resultant and direction of the resultant vector, that is R vector is equal to A vector plus B vector. And the results are same whether we are using triangular law of addition or parallelogram law of addition. We get the same results for the same vectors inclined at the same value. But there are three special cases also. Case 1 is when the two vectors are along same direction. So first special case is when theta is equal to 0 degree, and that means A vector and B vector are in same direction. If the situation is like that, तो cos theta का value हो जाएगा cos 0, which is 1. So in that case R is equal to under root A square plus B square plus 2AB, and cos theta is 1, so it is 2AB, which is equal to under root A plus B ka whole square. That means we are going to get resultant is equal to A plus B. So the magnitude of resultant vector is equal to the sum of magnitudes of two vectors acting along the same direction, and the resultant is also in the same direction in which A and B are acting. The second case is when theta is equal to 180 degree. That means A vector and B vector are in opposite direction. In that case, cos theta is equal to cos 180 is equal to minus 1. So r will be under root a square plus b square plus 2ab, and instead of cos theta it is minus 1. So it will be under root a square plus b square minus 2ab. That means a minus b ka whole square and root. It will give us the answer a minus b. Now it is actually a difference b. We have to take the answer in positive. If a is greater than b, then it is a minus b. If magnitude of b is greater than a, then it is b minus a. That's why I am not using the sign of negative. Instead of that, I am using the sign of difference. Third special case is when the two vectors are acting at right angles. That means the angle between them is 90 degree, or theta is equal to 90 degree. So if theta is equal to 90 degree, cos theta is equal to cos 90 is equal to 0. So when theta is equal to 90 degree, cos term will be 0. Because of that, the resultant is equal to under root a square plus b square and plus 2ab cos 90, and cos 90 is 0, so the term is 0. So it is under root a square plus b square. These are the values of resultant, magnitude of resultant in all the three cases. And in this particular case, when theta is equal to 90 degree, the direction of resultant will be given by tan beta, that is b sine 90 upon a plus b cos 90, and it is equal to b upon a, because cos 90 is 0 and sine 90 is 1. So it is b upon a, or beta is equal to tan inverse b upon a. So in case 1, that is theta is equal to 0 degree, the direction of resultant is same as of the two vectors. Both vectors were in same direction and resultant will also be in same direction. In case second, when both are in opposite direction, resultant will be in the direction of that vector which has more magnitude, whose magnitude is greater out of a and b. That will be the direction of the resultant vector. While in third case, that is theta is equal to 90 degree, we can give the direction by beta is equal to tan inverse b upon a. So that's all about the addition of two vectors. In the next video, there will be some numericals about the addition of these vectors. So stay tuned, keep studying, stay safe. Thank you.